Another building was burning in the Johannesburg CBD. A fire broke out, we understand, in the basement of a SARS building a few hours ago. In fact, firefighters evacuating the building successfully, contained the fire, but there was still smoke billowing out of that building just a short while ago. Let's bring you the latest now. Let's go live to Johannesburg downtown, that corner there with Bafedile Moerane. Good afternoon, Bafedile. What is the latest?
Well, the firefighters are still on the ground, Braden, as we speak, just trying to control the smoke. There's a lot of smoke that is still coming out here underground at the SARS building. But let's hear from Nana. Nana, what's exactly happening? Just an update as to what's happening at this point in time.
The fire is contained at the basement level, but we can confirm that there are stacks of papers and files which would have to go through. So now we are going through those stacks of papers and files and taking them down and extinguishing them, just to ensure that the fire does not reignite. This might take the next 2 hours to fully extinguish the papers and files that are there. But we can confirm the fire has been contained at the basement level and it would not go up to any levels.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that particular update. So she is saying there, Braden, that it is just only the last round of assessment from their side to contain the smoke that is coming out of the building. But earlier on, we engaged with the MMC for Public Safety from the city of Johannesburg, who is actually saying that all the buildings in the city of Johannesburg, they will have to ensure the risk fire assessment program to ensure that all the buildings in the CBD are compliant, but having to ask him to say that in particular also because of the building that caught fire in Marshalltown about 2 weeks ago, what are they going to do with those buildings? But he's saying that they are on the ground, they are busy with their program, the city of Johannesburg, to ensure safety to residents here who have also raised concern to say that what is really happening with this fire? This is the fourth fire in a very short space of time, Braden, if I recall very well, if I've calculated very well, and they are saying that they are busy as officials from the city of Johannesburg to ensure that there is safety. But let's listen to the MMC as to what he had to say to us earlier on there, Braden.
These fires are really mind-boggling because now here it's a basement where it's an archiving area, and there's no one that goes in there. And in these archiving areas, normally you find that it's nice and cold and it's underground. But now here, it's like here is the place where you're archiving and it catches fire. So we need to check what is happening. It's going to be very interesting with the find like that. I think the same that happened to Sheldon McClake. The fire started from at the basement where you've got documents and all of that. So we don't want to speculate and maybe put some conspiracy theories.
Yeah, they should be doing fire drills regularly. But Bafedile, I see that the smoke behind you from that door is much less than it was an hour ago. It looks like they've really brought it under control. Bafedile, earlier we heard that there will be no casualties. Thankfully, the building was evacuated successfully.
Yes, but then at this point, as you are seeing correctly, the smoke has actually been controlled. The officials here, the firefighters are here trying their level best. And as we've had Nana earlier on having to explain to say that they are only going to leave this place when they are definitely sure that the fire does not reignite. So they are on the ground to ensure that in the next 2 hours, most probably, that's when they will be certain and ensure that everything is really under control at this point in time, Braden.
Thank you very much. Bafedile Moerane, downtown Johannesburg, a SARS building there catching fire a little bit earlier today in the basement. Apparently, that's where they were storing some documents. Fortunately, the building was evacuated. No casualties, but we don't even know much about damage. It is the fourth building in downtown Johannesburg to catch fire in the last few months. We've had 2 recently, last week and this one, and a couple of weeks ago we had a deadly one where 77 people died, including children, in that fire downtown in Marshalltown. And a few weeks earlier we had another fire where nobody was harmed as well, not far from there. It's not good at all. They have to do something about fire drills and protecting buildings and people specifically.